Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. Today we are back with two of our incredible contestants here in the building. I know they are ready to win. First up, she's our favorite fashionista. Help me welcome Devyni. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. How are you?
I am great. How are you? We both have the buns today.
The buns, a little shoulder.
You know,
okay, we're on the same page.
We got the same memo. Love to see it. And he is a fan favorite. Back again, our radio personality favorite, Kelly V. What's up?
What up? We back.
I
got the bun too. No?
Okay.
I tried.
Yeah.
In spirit.
I just wanted to fit in.
You do. You fit right in with the fitted hat.
Two beautiful
you
women
fit
with me.
Right in.
Sorry.
It's all good, Kels. Listen, here at this game, you don't got to fit in, all right? You can stick out all you want.
Very good point.
One thing you got to do is get these answers correct, okay? And more importantly, you got to clock it, all right? So hit that big buzzer. That's exactly what you'll be doing. Anytime you want to clock in and give your answers, let's get it going. First question, right up it is. Which artist is criticizing the mass acceptance of Young Miami's song Spin That? Kelly.
India Arie.
Now, we rarely hear from India Arie. What prompted her to comment on this song, and what does she have to say?
So this is the perfect case of you give your opinion and it just spins out of control.
Spin that.
Spin that. Spin that, exactly. So she replied to a thread in which said, listen, Spin That itself is damaging to the culture. It needs to be boycotted. Now, mind you, she didn't say that. She responded to a thread that said it. Her response, meaning India's, was, listen, like, I've been in the industry for so long, I realize not a lot of people care, but you should care about what you consume, no matter what it is. Music, movies, whatever, there's frequencies in it, and to be aware of that. And social media took that child and spun it to say that she wants to boycott Spin That and she don't like you and your mama for liking it. They went crazy on her.
Yeah, poor India. You know, she usually stays out of the mix, but the one time that she wants to voice her opinion, this is what happened. Now, for me, this brings up a very interesting question as a whole when it comes to music. Does music shape culture, or does culture shape music? Devyni.
Honestly, I feel like they both just go hand in hand because it's like, for example, the Spin That song. Like, we could have that shape in our culture, so maybe people want to become scammers. Or it might just be a reality that we know that we have scammers and that's how we got the song. So it's like they go hand in hand. We know what's up in the culture, I believe.
Now, Kelly, this also brings an interesting conversation because we've seen things like this happen with Cardi B and other celebrities. How much of a responsibility does an artist have for the culture they help create?
Responsibility is a really good question. I'm gonna say technically none, man. Like, if you're an artist, you create what's in your heart, and the audience, if they like it, they take it. You know what I mean? They take it from there. Now, your performance, what you do for the community after the fact, that's on you. But I think in terms of creating art, you should create art for yourself. And if people really want it and they attach themselves to it, that's perfectly fine. But I don't think that artists themselves should stop their art and doing what they feel people want to hear from them just because, you know, someone in the community, maybe the kids won't like it or something like that. Maybe it's not more palatable to people.
And I say that because I see a lot of the conversation on social media that's like, oh, well, kids look up to you and kids listen to this. And it's like, I don't think these celebrities asked to be a role model to your child. No. I don't think they're asking for a lot of the responsibility that we're placing on them by way of them doing their art and putting out music. So it is an interesting question and a lot that is being talked about on social media right now. So this is one of those ones where we have to look back and see how it plays out. All right, Kelly, 100 points you have on the board. Devyni, you are at 0. We have more questions, though. Let's keep it rolling to our next one. Blogger Tasha K has to pay who an additional $60,000? Devyni.
Cardi B.
So, peep my word choice, right? An additional $60,000. Remind us what Tasha K did to warrant the first payout.
Okay, so the first payout was like a $4.4 million lawsuit that she had to pay out. And basically, the moral of the story, she was running her mouth about Cardi B. She spread a rumor about her having an STD. And so from that lawsuit, the rules were basically like, don't talk about me, don't talk about anybody in my family. But what did Tasha do? she continued to run that mouth, and she's gonna have to run it up, spin that extra
Right.
$60,000.
Which is why she has to pay the additional $60,000 because a part of that agreement was don't talk about my family. And she's now talked about Offset, which is an extension of Cardi's family, and Stefan Diggs, again, an extension of Cardi's family. At some point, you would think Tasha K would have learned her lesson. Will she stop talking?
No, she said it herself, man. She don't know how to learn. She apparently does want to spend that. You feel me? Because she said, I don't care what it is. It's just hubris, right? Like, you're prideful. You can't tell me what I can and cannot say. Actually, they can.
Yeah.
Because you're going to keep on spending that. All right, Tasha? I don't know. I'm not a pocket watcher, but that's a lot of money you got to pay back, man. And that, was it GoFundMe, right? Don't she got a GoFundMe out right now?
She does have a GoFundMe where her supporters are helping her, and at the end of the day, they have to hit you where it hurts most, and it's those pockets.
That's right.
In hopes that she would stop doing this to other people, but to your point, I don't think she is. My girl says she is going to continue to talk, and they're going to continue to hit those pockets. All right, guys, 100 points you both have on the board, making it a tie between the both of you. But I think it is time we break this tie by advancing on to our very last question in this round. Who is set to headline a 4th of July celebration at Donald Trump Jr.'s private club? Kelly.
50 Cent. Curtis Jackson.
50 Cent, Curtis Jackson. He has a lot of aliases out here. Okay, but before we jump to conclusions, I need you to break down what this private club even is.
So this private club in D.C. is called the Executive Branch, very much fitting. It used to be like an old billiard spot, but now they've transformed it into kind of a premier spot where, you know, politicians on the Republican side as well as media people can go in, and it's basically a meeting place for everybody to just chill out and do what they do. And to celebrate the 250-year anniversary and birthday of the U.S., they're having a little soiree there, I should say, and 50 Cent has been invited and apparently is going to be one of the headliners to perform at this Republican place.
This is interesting to me because 50 turned down an offer to perform at something of Donald Trump's back in, I think, was 2024. So how did we get here? And why did he turn down the one before but is taking this one?
Okay, so my thoughts. So the first one, he turned it down. I think the reasoning was because it was a campaign event for Donald Trump, and he didn't want to be associated with that campaign. But my thought, we know that 50 Cent is building a mega film studio in Louisiana, and I think that he's like rubbing shoulders with the right people and trying to get the right coins. And so I feel like this is part of that deal. You know, we might have to do a little show at the Republican, celebration to get what we need, some signatures, some cash, some something.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Now, this is very interesting, though, because there are some other big names that are performing at this same soiree, as Kelly said. Who are some other people that are performing?
Timbaland's going to be performing, and Ja Rule's going to be performing.
Yeah.
So we know the history behind 50 and Ja, and I guess it just goes to show you can do anything strange for some change, apparently. Even if you've been beefing for 20-plus years, y'all going to be in the same spot for that money.
Now, Kelly, remember at the Met Gala when Cardi and Nicki showed up? It was not pretty.
Fireworks.
Ja Rule and 50 Cent showing up to this soiree. How is this going to end?
See, I said this before. My conspiracy theory, like tinfoil hat situation, is like, is this like a humiliation ritual for our guys? Because this is a Republican, not rally, but it's a get together, right? Are these really the artists that represent who they are? Like, you're getting these two who have had worldwide cultural, all right, pop cultural beef and issues. You're gonna have them in this one building. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
They're lining them up, man.
I don't like it.
They're lining them up.
I don't like it either, especially when you put it like that. Well, that is the end of round one of Clock It. Kelly, you are sitting with 200 points on the board. Devyni, you are at 100. And it is that time in the game where we take things up a notch because each question in round two is now worth 200 points each. Here's our first one. Which rapper was a no-show at the opening night of his tour? Devyni.
Lil Wayne.
Now, Devyni, help me understand this.
Baby.
How do you miss the first night of your own tour? What? How did this happen?
Real disrespectful.
Very.
If I have to say so myself. So basically what happened is the tour, I think, was it the first night? Yes, the first night. So the tour kicked off. 2 Chainz was the opener. So what happened was, we're in the building, we rocking the 2 Chainz, the DJ's trying to keep it going. But at about 10:45, when Lil Wayne was supposed to go out, We didn't see nothing. Crickets. You know, DJ's trying to keep the vibe, but then at 11 o'clock, they let the people know, actually, the concert's over. There will be no Lil Wayne, and they were not happy. I wouldn't have been either.
I would have not been happy either. If I come all this way, or even just come to see Lil Wayne, and I get to see the opener and no Lil Wayne, how did fans respond to this? Because I would have been heated.
Man, like Devyni said, they let them have it. You had people out there. You know how it is with something like that, who's a generational artist, and you're celebrating 20 years, so you want to hear all your favorites. It's not like he's gonna play a lot of the new joints, right? You had people who took off from work. You had people that came up from Nova Scotia down to Maine to go see this live. I saw someone talking about it was the first time leaving like their baby, their 6-month-old baby, for the first time to go see Lil Wayne, and he cancels? That's tough, man. That's tough. And then afterwards, TMZ dropped some video that apparently Lil Wayne that same night was at Michael Rubin's all-white party. And he wasn't just there, he was also performing.
Wait, what? So you perform for the rich people, but not for your fans?
He was like, listen, we gonna go to Maine right after this. No, we ain't.
This is crazy. Now, were fans reimbursed at all, Devyni? What's happening?
Yeah, so they rescheduled. He said, keep your ticket stubs. We're going to have another show on July 28th, I think it is.
Okay.
But, babes, like the lady says, she traveled 6 hours. She left her 6-month-old baby. Like, who's to say the girl can get another babysitter at this point?
Right.
That's so inconvenient for all of the fans. And, again, just disrespectful to me.
I'm interested to see how the rest of this tour plays out. Like, when's the next stop, Kelly? And is he even going to show up?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight?
There's another stop tonight,
Wait, tonight?
as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So as we're going right now, Weezy's making the decision whether he's going to be in the building or not, okay?
Well, hopefully Michael Rubin is having no more white parties that he's going to ditch out on his fans and his people to go to and perform. That is crazy.
Young Moolah, baby.
Yeah, insane. All right, Kelly, 200 points you have, Devyni. You are up. 300 you have on the board, my girl. But we still have one last question in round 2 of Clock It. Here we go. Which celebrity is choosing to keep his political views private? Kelly.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I'm trying to think. Does this surprise me? Does this kind of track for him? But provide us, either way, with more context. Where did he say this at?
So he said this in a recent interview he had with Esquire. And mind you, back in 2020, he did let people know that he was supporting a candidate, and at that time it was Joe Biden. But according to The Rock, he was like, listen, I realized that me endorsing any sort of political candidate really led to division, all that with the people. So I'm just going to choose, when 2024 came about, to not disclose who I was supporting and whose corner I was in. And for me, I have an issue with it because he's posing it as, I don't want to spread division once again and all this vitriol. Let's be real. You caught a lot of flack for that back in 2020, and your brand took a hit, and you don't want to take that same hit again. Just keep it real. Don't try to be like, I want to do it for the people. You're doing it for The Rock and the brand of The Rock, because you're doing the Disneys and the Pixars now. Just keep it real.
And he's one of those people that are very beloved and we put to, high regard. So I get he's probably not used to getting the backlash that he got over in 2020.
Right.
Now, which actor is publicly criticizing The Rock for keeping his political views private, Devyni?
Will Wheaton. He tweeted about it. He was like, he's a coward. Like, why wouldn't you stand on business? And I have to agree. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like you should say it with your chest. And if you're on the right side of history, you have no problem letting the people know where you stand.
Yeah.
So, The Rock, where do you stand?
Yeah, well, I think it's very clear where he stands. Should he be more vocal about politics, in your opinion?
I think at this point, yeah, because you've already thrown your hat into the gauntlet back in 2020. I can understand him wanting to guard his brand, but once again, I just want you to be transparent and let us know. Try to act like it's for us and the kids. It's for you.
Yeah.
But at this point, I agree with Devyni. You gotta at least go out there and stand for something, man. Stand for something or fall for anything.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
I'm with you when you are right. All right, Kelly, 400 points you have on the board. Kelly, Devyni, you are at 300 points, making it a 100 point between the two of you. That is the 100 point difference. But again, we are taking things up a notch because we are entering in our next round, which is round 3. In the next 2 rounds, we'll give each contestant the opportunity to answer 5 questions worth 80 points each. In total, these contestants have the opportunity to rack up 400 points. The way the game works is if the contestant answers correctly, they receive the points. But If the contestant happens to miss a question and not answer it correctly, no points will be given for the question that they missed. Devyni, you are up.
Ready.
Any 4th of July plans?
Yeah, I'm gonna be chilling with family. We're having a little cookout, you know, for the culture.
Not making your way down to go hang out with 50 Cent and the Republicans?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, just seeing if that was a possibility that you could be making your way down there.
No.
Come on, Devyni. Come on down. We would love to have you.
Yo, he does the best Trump impressions
does.
in my
Invited
opinion.
to the cookout is Devyni.
No, the Trump ain't invited to our cookout. We already let too many people to the cookout that should not be there. We are willy-nilly passing out invites to the cookout. No, some
The
things
door's
we need
closed.
to gatekeep, and
the
that is
gate
one
is
of them. I agree. All right, so a Russian couple got engaged at the top of what building?
The Empire State Building.
This was crazy, my girl. Let's talk more about it, though. What height did they reach for this proposal?
1454, so over 1,000 feet in the air.
Listen, if you can't give me the ring on the ground, I don't need it. I don't need to go to certain heights to be proposed to. I'm just saying. What Netflix documentary previously featured this couple?
Skywalker's A Love Story.
That is very fitting for them. What happened because of this incident?
Roads were shut down, honey. Nobody could get through.
Can you imagine trying to get to work and because you up there proposing, come on the ground and do it, okay?
Empire State.
What happened to the couple after the proposal?
Baby, they got arrested.
I hope it was worth it. What is the maximum jail time they could be facing?
Up to a year.
And then I could be facing up to a year because you chose to propose to me in the sky? All right, girl. You got all 5 of those questions correct. Racking up an extra 400 points, putting you at 700 in total. Now,
Wait, hold on. I just love the fact that out of all that, Koiya said multiple times, do it on the ground.
do
Like,
it
why are we in
on the ground. I'm
We're
just
not
saying.
doing all that.
If I got to go to those heights, I'm only trying to go that high to see Jesus, okay? I'm not trying to go that high for anything else. Do it on the ground where we are safe. But paint the picture for us. What took place yesterday? Because this is wild.
Okay, so they are skywalkers. So that means that they scale these kind of buildings all the time. So I guess they thought this would be fun and romantic to go all the way to the top of the Empire State Building, to the tippy top, like the antenna. And so there was a lot of media coverage, a lot going on. They waved their flag as well. And I believe, obviously, it was a message about love, but the flag said something like, when love beats the
It's like the power of love.
when the power of love beats the love of power, the world has peace.
So, was this a political statement? Because I saw the flag as well. So it's like, I know you like climbed the Empire State Building, you were proposed to your girl, but then also was this a political statement?
Maybe a little bit of both. They were having fun, being romantic, but also they had to make a statement. I mean, they were at the top of the Empire State Building. They better make a statement.
I mean, that was a statement enough, but hey, take it a little bit further. I get it. Now, how did they get down? Were they arrested on site or what happened? Break this down.
They were arrested in the air.
In the air?
They didn't even let them get to the ground. They were like, you know what, wrap it up. We got to end this thing.
Here's the thing, as a police officer, I'm not going to those heights to arrest you. You got to come down at some point.
Exactly.
So I'll just be waiting down here for when you decide to climb down and I will arrest you. I don't know if I'm climbing up there just to arrest you.
I'm not.
I don't know how much they paying in New York, but I could guarantee you they ain't paying you that much to possibly lose your life. Am I tripping, Kelly?
Koiya again wanted people to stay on the ground.
Stay on the ground,
Everybody.
man. I barely want to take an airplane to get where I need to go a lot of times for work. So yeah, on the ground for me. But Kelly, I have to know, as a married man, you've gone through this. You've got down on one knee. You've proposed to your wife.
Yeah.
Was this romantic?
Listen, that was one of the things. I actually slept through this. I woke up, I was like, did I nap through this? And I was like, this is very romantic. I love this. Take them to the different heights that people have never seen before. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like you said, it's a political statement, but at the same time, you got your proposal going on. And then at the same time, I'm sure 100% they're going to pitch this back to Netflix so they can get some more money out of it. 100%.
Great point. Now, Devyni, you haven't been proposed to yet. On the way. We speaking it into existence.
Right.
If your man wanted to do this as a proposal, would you be down?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm with you. Do it on the ground,
Do it on the
babe. Do it on the
ground.
ground. That's just as good. I don't need all that. We can stay down low.
Imagine potentially losing my life because you wanted to go 1,000 feet in the air to propose to me.
I'm still trying to figure out how they did it. I'm like, did you like get through the back, go through the observation deck and climb? I'm just very confused because even like security guards there were probably like looking at the TV. What? It's happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got past you, bro.
Yeah, they did, and they made it happen. So kudos to them. I know that Netflix is probably going to be reaching back out to them because I'm sure they recorded this. I'm sure they have this content.
They had their selfie stick. They put an Instagram post up like 30 minutes after the fact. Or during, I should say, and we all saw it 30 minutes after the fact.
They got
knew what they were
cell
doing,
service up
man.
there?
They knew. Yeah, they close to the.
hey,
They close to the.
antenna.
They gotta have
Yeah.
AT&T. They have to, because that is the only way. There's no way that would have worked with anybody else. All right, guys, that's a wrap for round 3 of Clock It. Devyni racked up an extra 400 points, putting her at 700 in total, but that is now Kelly's turn, because we're gonna hop into our final round of Clock It, which is our power round, where Kelly has the opportunity to answer 5 questions worth 80 points each. In total, he can rack up 400 points, and the way the game works is if Kelly answers the questions correctly, he receives the points, but if Kelly does not answer any of the questions correct, no points will be given for the questions that he misses. Kels,
Yes.
I know you were taking a nap through the proposal yesterday, but I hope you weren't taking a nap through other news that was going on social media.
I was with you. I was on the ground, so
Okay.
we had stuff to do after the nap. So I was here.
The ground is the place to be, all right? I only need Jesus taking me up as high as I need to go.
That's right.
All right, talk to me. A Major League Baseball team has to pay over $1 million a year until 2035 to who?
The legend Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby, I ain't mad at it. Shout out to you. Which MLB team pays Bobby annually through 2035?
The New York Mets.
Whew, come on, Mets. On what date every year do they make this payment?
July 1st, Bobby Bonilla.
Yesterday, that was his day. What team does Bobby Bonilla play for?
He's retired. He ain't playing for no team right now.
Yo, being retired and then still racking up money from this is
Smart guy.
insane. The Mets agreed to pay $29.8 million over the course of how many years?
25 years.
I'll take it. When the Mets decided to part ways with Bobby, how much did they owe?
5.9 mil.
And it has now acquired to over $29.8 million. That is insane. All right, Kelly, racking up an extra 400 points by getting all 5 of those questions correct, putting you at 800 in total. Now, how does a retired baseball player continuously get paid from the Major League Baseball Association?
So I want people to know, first off, like Bobby Bonilla in his time, like mid-90s, he was a good player, great player. He won a World Series, multiple-time All-Star, all the things. But when he went to the Mets specifically, didn't really work out. So around the year 2000, the ownership wanted to get rid of him. As we mentioned, he still owed $5.9 million on his deal. And the owner of the Mets was really close friends with Bernie Madoff. So he was like, you know what, as opposed to giving you this 5.6, let's work out a deal. So they brokered a deal that they would defer the payments from 2000 to 2011 and 25 years after that at 8% interest. And the ownership was thinking, you know what, we make 10% off this investment fund that Bernie Madoff we're part of, we could pay that 8% no problem and still have 2% on the top. Child, when I tell you Bernie Madoff, whole Ponzi scheme, nobody got their money, so the Mets were out. And Bobby Bonilla was able to flip that $6 million that he was supposed to get to $20+ million, however much it is at this point. It's insane.
When I tell you I'm rooting for everybody black, especially Bobby Bonilla, because baby, you did this. Now, the Mets aren't the only people that are paying Bobby. Who else is he collecting a check from?
The Orioles, man. Not a lot of people know that. Like Bobby Bonilla, obviously this one, the Mets deal is the one that gets the most credit, but he did the same thing with the Orioles, but this time it's $500,000 and he gets paid on the same day, July 1st. So 2 different payments from 2 different organizations. The one with the Mets is going until 2035, and the one with the Orioles stops in 2028. Just masterclass.
So he's bringing in $1.5 million yearly by being retired. Devyni, can you imagine just sitting at home, not being a part of anything, and this casually bringing in $1.5 million per year?
Sounds beautiful. Okay, he had the best deal out there. Kudos to his lawyers, his team. Top notch.
Financial team did that. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Clock It. And I have you know, he is today's winner. Kelly, leaving here with our Clock It chain, racking up 800 points in total. You did that, my guy. Look at you.
Thank you so much.
Doesn't it look great on him?
Feels good.
It looks good on you.
Thank
it
you
looks
so much.
beautiful. You
As
did
good as you
that. All right, so today's headlines remind us that influence comes in many forms, whether it's artists calling for accountability, celebrities staying out of politics, or unexpected courtroom wins. One thing is clear, the conversation is always evolving. We gave you the headlines. Now the conversation is yours. Which stories are you talking about? First, let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for being a part of today's show. I'm your host, Koiya. I'll see you next time on Clock It. Good job. Y'all killed that.